Okay, so very briefly about HTML code, a couple of things. So I was looking, hang on, let me go back. So I was looking at this thing, this homepage that I wrote for the intro programming class, and there's this freaking white space here, and I don't know why it's here. So
Press the enter button.
yeah, you would think. Okay, so I'm gonna go into edit, and then I'm gonna go into HTML editor, and how you get to an HTML editor depends on what website you're trying to mess with. Because this is embedded in Canvas, it has its own kind of HTML editor in here. And just to have open what so I'm looking for the thing above the GitHub tutorial video. There seems like there's an extra break there. So I just want to find that. So where is that in here? So if you look at what's going on in here, there's a whole bunch of kind of, you guys see this now? Is that big enough to see?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like div style equals and a bunch of padding and border and PXs and oh, some of this crap I actually should recognize. Like, what's this thing? That is a number. In what base? No.
Hex.
That is a hex number. How do I know it's a hex number?
Because of the sixes.
No.
Oh, because of the way it is.
Because of this thing right here. The hashtag.
A hashtag.
It's an octothorpe anyway, but whatever, dude. Yeah, so the little octothorpe here tells you that this is a hex color, and we could go look up what it is. So
People don't say octothorpe, they call it pound.
I know they call it a pound or they call it a hashtag. It looks like it's a gray.
Looks like tic-tac-toe.
So it's the color 102, 102, 102.
Yeah, oh, it's silver.
Because it's, these two are 6 times 16 plus 6.
Oh, yeah.
Which should be 102, I hope. If it's not 102, I need to quit teaching this class. Yes! I can teach today.
What about
Till next time.
0000FF?
Good question. So here there's one that's all Fs.
Well, that, I know what that is.
So this one is white. So then the question is, okay, so what if it was color hex?
Huh? Oh,
So up here you're saying 0000FF,
yes. I'm pretty sure I know what it should be.
red,
Yes.
green, blue, blue.
You know what?
That's the blue.
The blue ziploc?
The bluest of blues, right? The 255 in blue, 0 in other things.
I knew it, I just wanted to make sure.
Does that kind of make sense? Like, so this is just an alternate way of coding colors that's a little shorter, right? And a lot of websites use this color coding because HTML does this pretty well.
Would that work in processing?
Yeah. Yep, processing will recognize colors in hex. Yeah. Let's see. So this thing at least is telling me about the whole thing, it looks like, right? It's like there's no margin. There's 12 pixels worth of padding. There's a border of 1 pixel that's solid gray. Is that true? If I go look at that thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, check that out. White background, gray 1 pixel border.
It's only one pixel. What's it?
Yeah, it seems like it might be bigger. Remember that this pixel here, right, is not an absolute pixel. That's a pixel that's getting interpreted through the HTML editor and then getting interpreted through Windows again. So on my screen, that might actually be showing up as 2 pixels because I have some zoom going on with my user interface. Does that make sense, guys? Like I just did Control plus a bunch of times to Chrome, right? And that.
The editor?
What's that?
Can you edit the editor?
Yes. Okay, so then there's like, all right, paragraphs, there's button stuff. Oh, what's this thing? What's an href? Yeah, that's a link.
Hey, since you can edit the editor, I have one more question.
No, we're not doing it.
Can you edit the editor and I can edit the editor?
No, that one you can't do. Okay, so I have here a bunch of junk, right? And really what I'm looking for is I'm looking for, well, for one thing, that. Why is that down there?
Same way your dashboard has a D underneath it.
Oh, yeah. That's frustrating, isn't it?
Dashboard.
That's because of,
Dashboard.
yeah. That's kind of because of some sizing stuff, right? And it auto wraps. But this white space I should be able to get rid of. So let me go look in here for it.
No, it's the.
It should be this one, right?
Wait,
It's.
if you're able to edit it, can you make it just like random colors?
You guys see that this is the one with a YouTube video in it?
Yeah.
How do I know this is the one with a YouTube video in it?
Because it says YouTube.
Yeah, because it's the one that links to YouTube.
Hold on.
And then it says
Why is there a
GitHub
period?
tutorial right
There's supposed
there.
to be a period.
And then it says GitHub tutorial video right there.
Also, because it has those double quotation marks, I think that would be causing the line issue right after class.
This guy?
Backspace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Save.
Nope.
Okay, so check
Oh my
this
God, does
out.
it come back.
It does.
I hate that. I hate it so much.
So the issue that I've been having is that it auto repopulates that right here. You guys see, it puts it back. So that's a thing that I can't seem to get rid of, and I don't know why this HTML text editor does that, but it seems to. So yeah.
Maybe the non-breaking space.
So the other ones, so if I look at the other ones, right, the ones that are working right, in their span style, they don't have that class thing. And yet for some reason, this one does, but when I delete it, it comes back.
What if you replace it with something?
Good point. So if I want it to work, I could copy one of the ones that works, right?
Completely replace it.
And paste it in. And then copy just the YouTube thing. And paste it into the link. And then copy this guy. And paste it in here.
And it breaks itself again, doesn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea. HTML, for the record, is not my specialty.
Yeah.
Well, now I have a copy of it.
Well, you should probably get rid of that.
Maybe it's because it's a video and it
Oh my
interacts
God.
with the
Well,
Yeah, so this is a special thing that Canvas seems to do, and I can't seem to fix it because it's something that Canvas is doing, but let me go fix that. So I just need to get rid of one of those, right? Oh gosh. HTML editor, and let's see, that was one of these. Oh look, see, it introduced the class
All of
video.
it.
in there again anyway.
But
Yeah.
why?
I don't know. I tried a bunch of times. Like, I tried some stuff. It didn't seem to work. I have one thing left.
I got it. What if you take the thing where it says the GitHub thing and split it from the actual YouTube video?
So,
It's a different thing.
I had this thought. Because it works with other links. It's just the YouTube link that seems to throw it off.
Maybe a non-short YouTube URL?
Or maybe an even
Oh,
more
even
shortened.
shorter? Well, it's trying to shorten the href too.
Oh, whoops. That's not good. That's not going to work. So this is a website that lets you shorten URLs.
It probably won't embed it if it's shortened like that.
Yeah, it probably will not embed the video, which I was really okay with.
Yeah.
How does it allow you to do that?
It just,
Weird program.
Because you click on the link, it will take you to Bitly, and that'll.
Yeah.
Right to
Oh,
it.
okay, that's just.
yes!
Just break
Victory
everything.
is mine. Take that, Canvas.
Just delete functionality and it works.
Well, I don't actually want it to embed that YouTube video anyway like that. Okay. Cool. All right. Kick ass. P.S. This is an HTML thing worth knowing. Bitly does URL shortening. So if you have to text someone a really messy long URL, sometimes it's nice to shorten it first and then you can type it in and text it to them. So you don't have to copy and paste giant URLs.
Or you can go to shady URL and it makes the link look as suspicious as possible.
Wait. how
Perfect.
You'll see.
Okay.
I think
Hold
it's
on.
No, I'm not.
Ah.
Okay. And the other thing that you should know about HTML is that if you
What's it called?
open some random website, like this one, horrible, horrible website, and right click and hit view page source,
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
you can look at the back end of the website that you're looking at, which sometimes lets you grab images and stuff, and sometimes lets you fix little menus and junk that are broken. So that doesn't happen very often anymore because browsers have improved a lot, but it used to be quite common that little mistakes in the code or your browser's interpretation of the code might cause you to, like, for instance, not be able to click on a link because the pull-down menu vanishes. Like, on this one, right, you hover over it and then go down and it works. Sometimes there's a, like, 2-pixel gap here,
Oh,
and when you try to pull down, the menu disappears. If that happens, oftentimes you can get that stuff out of the source code. And you can also find some interesting things about the way that websites are built by flipping through the source code. Oftentimes you can find repositories of images that aren't used because they're in here.
That's a single line of code.
What?
So a huge paragraph.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, so another thing is
Oh gosh.
this whole business, like all of this crap here, is written by a computer program and then dumped in here. You guys see that? So it's really, really common for HTML especially to be hella messy looking. And the reason it's often hella messy is that the content is actually filled out of some other program. Right? So you use a different piece of computer code to write HTML code and then display it on the web. Does that make sense? So this looks to me as though this is auto-written code, which is why it's such a giant mess. Why it's just one big long line. Yeah, so other things are you can see this. All right, so like this line here has associated to it a, all right, so that's the one PNG, right? Sometimes you can dig into the back end of a website and find other image files that they haven't used,
Oh goodness.
right? So, oh, look,
Oh, that's perfect.
here's the back of the Columbia website.
That's perfect. Oh my god.
Oh, look, let's see if I can find one of mine.
That's just priceless.
Apparently I don't have one,
Aw.
but Kirsten Miller does. I want to find someone I know and feel as though I can make fun of. Jeff won't. No, Mike won't mind. So Mike has a couple pictures. What are they? That's Mike. Here's a different picture of Mike.
Oh, that's perfect.
So you can obviously go through here and see. Sometimes you'll find This is a pretty common thing for people to do when they're looking for like information that maybe was introduced to the web at some point that was then not utilized, or old information sometimes you can find in directories like this. So this is kind of interesting stuff. Students?
Stock.
Yeah, that looks like a stock image and not one of our students. Oh, this one?
Oh, that's a stock image.
Yeah, that doesn't look like one of ours either.
Don't you smile when you're checking out a web?
That's definitely not one of our classrooms. Oh, that's Misha Miller, though. I think. Maybe it's not. No, that's definitely not Misha, because that's math. Yeah, that... Oh, yeah, and there aren't any green chalkboards on campus. There are chalkboards, but no green ones. So, at any rate, feel free now, use your newfound powers for evil. Just kidding. Don't actually use them for evil, but...
It wouldn't actually be very interesting evil. Very mundane evil.
Yeah, this can actually get interesting if you start looking through businesses' repositories. Every once in a while, you'll find a business that hasn't secured their website adequately, and they'll have like a phone tree or something in there, which means that you can, use it to do.
Is your refrigerator running?
Social engineering is this kind of field that I was referencing there, but I'm not going to talk about it too much because that is pretty much evil.